Okay, this is page 171 of the note spiral, and this is scenario 3 for 2 sample confidence intervals. All right, so 2 sample confidence intervals. So statistics teachers want to know if males can navigate through a maze faster than that of females. A random sample of male and female Reagan students was selected, and the times it took them to complete the maze were recorded below. Create a 90% confidence interval for the scenario, and explain your findings in context. All right, so it's just been a hypothesis test. This probably should have been a greater than instead of this, but we copied from the previous page. Mu1, true population mean time for females. Mu2, true population time for males. Conditions, we did that in the previous video, or page 169 of the note spirals. So take a moment, make sure you've entered the data into the calculator. If you watched the previous video, I'm sure you've already done that. So you should have gone to stat edit and entered the females into L1 and the males into L2. Our equation, female time, average female time minus sample of average male time. We'll have to calculate T star in a moment. This is the standard deviation of the female times. That's the standard deviation of the male times. Sample size for the female, sample size for the male. I'd go ahead and run this test at this point since we have data. Stat, test, and we're going to drop down to letter 0, number 0, I should say, which is 2 sample T interval. We have data. My data is in L1 and L2. And they said do a 90%. We never pool. And I end up getting negative 29.15 to 50.29. Always write down your degrees of freedom. That's going to be really important because we're not going to be able to finish the formula without it. So this is my degrees of freedom, and we're going to need that for T star. All right. So female average time was 175. Male average time was 164. T star, we're going to have to go back and calculate. We're going to have to get that. Sample 1, standard deviation for females, 79.2. Standard deviation for males is a little larger at 81. We have 31 and 19 as our sample sizes. So let's go back and get our T star. To do that, second vars, inverse T, parenthesis 1 minus 0.90, close parenthesis divided by 2. And our degrees of freedom, we said was 37.29. And we end up getting 1.687. We are 90% confident that the true population difference of mean maze times between female and males lies within this interval. In repeated sampling, we expect this method will capture the true population difference of maze time between males and females 90% of the time. Note, 0 does lie within the interval, therefore not a statistically significant difference between female and male times. The reason to say statistically different is because we see the female's times are a little bit longer than the male's time, but it's not statistically significant because 0 lies within the interval. So our simplified conclusion, we cannot conclude that males had different maze times than females. We cannot conclude that females have different maze times than males. There appears to be no difference in the amount of time it takes them to complete the maze. Guys are still lost asking for directions. All right, because they won't ask for directions. All right, that concludes the videos. Hopefully they were helpful.